Welcome to the Academic Framework Module 3. Our topic for today is register. What, who, and how do we communicate? Communicating your learning intentions with your students is important for all learners. It is helpful if we divide them into content or competency goals and language goals. Please pause for a moment and read through our learning intentions for today's session. What is register? Register is the degree of formality with which we communicate. We can think of it as kind of a sliding scale between informal or social to formal or academic language. There are three aspects to register. The first one is the what. What is this communication about? The second aspect is who. Who is involved in the communication? And the third aspect is how. How is the message communicated? All three of these pieces will greatly affect the formality with which we communicate. So why teach about register? A focus on register helps language learners identify and select the appropriate language for the given situation. This is super important for our English language learners as it is an equity issue. It allows them access to an academic or formal world that they might not otherwise have access to. Now you try. Here are two examples of a communication. Can you identify the who, the what, and the how? Also, for a challenge, can you rewrite this so that it's somewhere in the middle of our register scale? But where does this fit in our ELL framework for academic literacy? Let's take a look at our house graphic and find out. The foundational piece is always getting to know our students, their home language, their prior schooling, their experiences. Then we build on that with background knowledge and vocabulary instruction. Oral language is also very important as a foundational piece. Then we have our pillars: register, grammar, and genre. And finally, no house is complete without a roof: assessment. So what does this mean for our pedagogy? Well, we might start with a register role play to help our students understand the notion of register. They could choose one oral scene and one written scene to present to the class. And hopefully, each scene would look a little different depending on the who, what, and how. Here is a chart that students can fill in when they're just starting to explore register. It allows students to look at the degree of formality and the who, what, and how of the communication. Once students have a basic understanding of register, we might choose to dig a little deeper. Here are three samples about the same topic and some reflection questions. Please pause the video and take a look. A further activity that can be done to develop students' notion of register is the paint strip activity. This particular example shows mood meter synonyms. Students can learn about the different nuances between mood words or emotion words. This is so important, not just for school, but for their lives. The paint strip activity can be used with many different kinds of words. Some examples would include connector words or adjectives, even adverbs. Have students organize them in terms of least intense to most intense, or least formal to most formal. Let's take a moment and think about the role of register in our pedagogy. We will use the traffic light metaphor to do so. What is something that you are going to continue doing around register? Amber light, what is something new that you're going to try? And red light, what is something that you will stop doing with regards to register? Pause the video and take a moment to reflect. Here are links to some of the documents we referred to in the presentation. Have fun playing with Register in your classes.